Magic C, aka Jelly, owned and bred by Lori Cameron. I'm looking forward to telling everybody what she's been up to and how much we're looking forward to next year. So Jelly is really starting to come into her own with the jumping, growing in confidence and understanding. You'll see here Dan's doing an exercise that's actually pretty similar to one of the first vlogs we did, where he jumped and turned to a pole, but now he's jumping and turning to a fence. And you can see the first time she's a little surprised about how quickly things come up, but her instincts are so good and her reactions are so good. And now he's coming off of the left lead and turning right, and then he'll come off of the right lead and turn left. So we're testing sort of her suppleness and how well the flat work is carrying over into the jumping. And her confidence is really growing, her understanding is really growing, and she's ticking the boxes as we would like for a young horse to do in the jumping. And we've been able to start to get Jelly off the property. You might recognize this as our local Lovettsville ring. We're so lucky to have this resource so close by to us. And she's taken these little adventures and little outings right in stride, and has stayed relaxed, and the training that we have at home has carried over to the new locations. So with the success of her first outing, we decided she was ready to go to her first cross-country school. So here she is over at Lochmoy Farm, starting on the flat again, nice and relaxed, and that's just how we like the first off-the-property cross-country schools, or in general all the training for the young horses to go. It should be borderline boring. We want them to be very relaxed and just take everything in stride so that it gives us something to grow on, always thinking that our job is to build the horse's confidence for the future and not test their confidence in the moment. So here you can see she's starting with the little coop, little log, and now Dan will come around and jump something a little bit bigger, just kind of building on those first two jumps. And she's really understanding the job at hand and staying with Dan, listening to his aids, and really staying confident in her form as well. And here Dan plays around over a little ditch. She's jumped the ditch at home, so this isn't the first time she's done that. And then a little bank down, and she just plays around in the water. So our plans for Jelly next year will definitely be to head for the Young Event Horse 5-year-old championships. This year she just got a little bit of a later start, but we think that she's an immensely talented mare, lots of quality, and we're looking forward to continuing to produce her up the levels. Thank you all so much for following along, and we have to give a big thank you to Lori Cameron and Dee Dee Callahan for all of their efforts to put on the U.S. Event Horse Futurity. It is always a privilege to have the opportunity to showcase these talented horses bred right here in the U.S., and we're excited to keep everybody following along for 2023.